we're going to talk about later. But right now, let's talk to Chris Carpenter, Inland Marine Regional Lead Risk Control over at Travelers. Hey, Chris, good seeing you on a Monday.
Hey, Dinner. Good to see you as well.
What's happening, man? How's the day treating you? You ready to take on September?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Ready to rock and roll.
Well, last time I talked to you, we were talking about temperature control, but today we're going to get into another type of temperature that needs to be controlled, and it's fires when they rage out of control. A lot of talk about lithium-ion, whether it be on the back of a truck, whether it be trucks pulling them, and that's what we're going to get into. Tell us a little bit about anything new in reefer losses, though, before we jump into there.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. Yeah, reefer issues turned out to be a pretty hot topic given how hot our summer turned out to be.
Oh, it sure did. Well, what about lithium-ion batteries? What's cool or what's bad over there?
Yeah, so, there's something we're all hearing more and more about. I mean, you can't go to the post office, FedEx, or an airport without being asked if your box or luggage contains lithium batteries, right? So, and just to set the record straight, when we're talking about lithium batteries, we're talking about a range of things. It could be the batteries or it could be the cells themselves. But we're also talking about countless mobile devices that we all depend on, things like portable computers, cordless tools, cell phones, watches, wheelchairs, and even obviously electric vehicles.
So what makes lithium-ion batteries so sensitive, so different than any other batteries, AA's, D batteries, whatever else we've been moving?
Yeah, it's a good question. Just so everyone understands, unlike standard alkaline batteries, most lithium batteries contain a flammable electrolyte with an incredibly high energy density. They can overheat and ignite under certain conditions, such as having a short circuit, being improperly designed or assembled. And here's the real kicker. These things really, they're no joke. Once ignited, lithium cells and batteries fires can almost be impossible to extinguish. So don't think by carrying around one of your regular handheld fire extinguishers that you're going to be able to douse a lithium battery fire and put it out. These fires are very ferocious and the gases are nasty. And even some of the fire departments don't always have the proper means to extinguish them.
So I'm a driver. I'm driving. All of a sudden, I'm feeling the flames. I'm seeing some smoke going out there. I can't use my regular fire extinguisher. What's a driver to do if his load ignites?
Well, definitely, if safely possible, unhook your tractor and get out of the way, and then call 911.
That's simple. There's that. Just get out of the way because you're not putting that thing out with your regular fire extinguisher. Well, So as a trucker, what can you do though? Like, what can I do in advance? How else can I protect myself? What can I do?
Yeah. So first off, you want to realize there's also a lot of responsibility of the safe transportation of lithium batteries also falls on the shipper. Once a driver gets a load, it's probably already been packed and sealed. If it's not sealed, certainly the driver should inspect the load to ensure it has been properly secured to prevent any type of load shift during transit. And let's say the trailer might not be yours. You still want to try and inspect the trailer that you're picking up to ensure adequate condition of the actual trailer. If a load is sealed, in most cases, best practices are going to be fairly clear cut. A few things we consider best practices for drivers who are hauling lithium batteries or those types of devices. First, you want to check and make sure you have the right coverage. Ask your agent to make sure you're properly covered to haul lithium batteries, as some insurance carriers may specifically exclude that as a commodity class. Make sure your drivers are aware of what they're hauling. Remember that lithium batteries, these are a high-risk commodity. So you're going to need a hazmat endorsement if you are hauling lithium batteries, such as the electric vehicle batteries. But if you're hauling a load of laptops, then you wouldn't need it. So you need to be very selective on the drivers you choose to put behind the wheel for these types of loads. Lithium battery loads can be dense and heavy, which obviously makes your load heavier, which makes the truck longer to stop and longer to accelerate. Again, suggesting you should put a more experienced driver behind the wheel who knows what he or she is doing based on their experience. You could also be utilizing your telematics system to monitor driver behaviors to help you ensure you're placing that proper driver behind the wheel. Next, you want to make sure your vehicles are being well maintained, you sure don't want to risk having a vehicle fire or a wheel well fire due to a failed bearing on the road when you're hauling lithium batteries. This includes completing your routine and proper inspections of the tractor and the trailer that would be hauling these batteries. And lastly, you want to monitor and track temperature. If things get too hot, in extreme cases, something called thermal runaway can occur. This causes the batteries to explode and really start fires. So this is a thermal feedback loop within a battery cell that can be very difficult to stop once it's started. It occurs when the temperature inside a battery reaches the point that causes a chemical reaction to occur inside. So this chemical reaction produces even more heat and drives that temperature even higher, causing further chemical reactions that create more heat. So some of these fires can last for days. I mean, there's also the potential for delayed reignition, which makes firefighting extremely tough and time intensive. So on top of that, a fire occurring to a lithium battery load could also result in additional claim activity on your other lines of insurance coverage. So on top of your motor truck cargo loss for the batteries, you can have an auto physical damage loss to your tractor and your trailer, and even your general liability line of coverage. You're also most likely will have a cleanup disposal exposure associated with a fire of lithium batteries. So, ultimately, Dooner, it really boils down to awareness of the potential volatile nature of lithium batteries, your driver selection, your driver controls, load securement inspection, and your overall maintenance procedures.
Yeah, well, there's more and more of that freight coming out down the pike, especially hoverboards, holiday season coming up. People are going to want those under the Christmas tree, so you've given us a lot to think about. Anything else before I let you go drivers should be thinking about before they hook one of these to the back of their trailer?
Yeah, just stay safe and make sure you're putting the right drivers behind the wheel. So,
Chris, hey, thank you. You've given us a lot to think about. I appreciate your time today.
hey, you bet. Thanks again for having me, Dooner.
Take it easy.